This is the DrunkDeer mechanical keyboard, and I just wanted to point out before we open the box, they even have plastic over the corners of the box, so a really nice packing job. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get a quick guide as well as the user manual. They give you the cable to hook it up. It is a wired keyboard, USB-C, so it's USB-C at each end. Nice braided cable on there. If you don't have USB-C on your computer, not to worry, because they have also included a USB-A to USB-C adapter that will plug in right over here like this and make that a USB-A to USB-C cable. So you're all set with that to hook that up. They give you a keycap puller or removal tool over here that can remove the keys on the keyboard if you need. 3 extra keys here. Let me pick those up so I can show you over here. They give you 2 different size Alt keys. Okay, one is bigger than the other, and a Windows key over here as well, and that's because of the keyboard's ability to work with both Mac and PC. You can see here that you have a command button, which is typically a Mac thing, and an option button as well, so those keycaps can be changed out. I'm going to leave them be for right now because it's going to be just all we need for testing. This is a 75% layout. That means that it's missing 25%, which would be your numeric keypad. So this is what you get right here. It's a nice small keyboard, great for use with small machines or for laptops as well, if you're going to be using one of those with it. These are magnetic keys. They have Hall effect sensors in them. You can adjust the actuation level of them. We're going to go over all of that. Convenient volume wheel over here that also clicks. Round back here is where the USB-C connection plugs in, and of course there are flip out feet on it like that, so you can put it down for a nice typing angle, which I think is really just the perfect angle for me. I'm used to a kind of high back keyboard like that, and it gets it at just the right angle. This is okay, but for me, I definitely do like the raised up back of the keyboard. That's all up to you, of course, with that. So let me tell you a little bit more about the keyboard, and then we're going to go ahead and test it out, of course. So like I said, this is a magnetic Hall effect switch keyboard. It's not a clicky keyboard, it's smooth activation like that, but you can adjust the level so you can press it just a little bit and make the key, or practically have to bottom out the key to make that. It's adjustable from 0.4 millimeters to 3.6 millimeters. The keyboard is also RGB backlit, so the keys light up. There's a driver, you can adjust stuff like that, and also in there you can set up macros for this keyboard. If you don't know what that is, then you don't need them. If you know what macros are and you use them, this can do it. We'll put it that way. It'll make it real nice and simple. The keys on here are rated to be 100 million keystrokes. So the lifespan of each key 100 million times before they might fail. So with that, let's get a computer, hook it up to that, and we'll test it out. The keyboard is plugged in and obviously on and working. You can see the backlights there. What's nice is the quick guide they give you right over here gives you all of the different keystrokes that you would need to control it. You have Mac or Windows layout, and you have different backlighting effects, so we'll go through those. You can change the backlight color and also the actuation point for all of the different keys. So, for example, we can do function 2 and to the right arrow, and it changes to red. It's kind of a glowing red There's red and green and blue and all different things, all different colors like that, so it'll breathe as such. You do get lighting between the keys as well as the actual keycaps. The letters on the keycaps actually light up as well. I don't know how well the camera is making that out. And then you have the lights like that, so whatever key you press, as such, kind of lights up, so that's nice. And this mode, and of course there's countless others, all kinds of stuff, so we'll just run through those kind of quickly, just so you can see, but plenty of different options. Some of these are really nice, I gotta say. Kind of fans out from what key you press. As you keep pressing, of course, you just get all kinds of lights, but still kind of nice for keys here and there. Definitely a trippy effect with that. So all kinds of stuff. And it just goes on and on. There's just very, very many different ones that you can do here. Really nice all around. So anyway, that's the backlight. This lights up the particular row of keys. Like I said, there's a million different things here that you can play around with. Just a very quick look at the software that you can get for the keyboard that is downloadable. You have your caps lock LED, can be turned on or off, and basically what that does, if I turn caps lock on, the caps button stays lit or will go out. And of course, depending on what kind of backlighting mode you have, it'll do various stuff. So you can turn that function off if you don't want that. You have your debounce count over here that you can set. Under the keyboard itself, you can reassign keys and do all kinds of stuff like that. Sensitivity can be adjusted within this program as well. For LEDs, you have all the backlighting stuff that I showed you before, or you can assign certain keys to be certain colors at all times, and you can also set up macros in here. Now we're going to talk about the actuation levels. You have levels 1 through 9, controlled via function 2, and then your numbers 1 through 9. Not F1 through F9, but 1 through 9. So if we do function 2 and 1, that's the highest sensitivity and the quickest activation. So as you see there, if I just barely touch the key, just barely touch it, we get that. But if I switch that to 9, now barely touching the key, nothing. And I have to go almost all the way down for it to register. Now, this is great because everybody has different preferences when it comes to keyboards and their typing feel and things like that. I'm a very heavy typer. I've used an IBM Model M for probably the last 30 years easily, and I won't have it any other way. Now, that's not to say I can't use any other keyboards. Of course I can. And this isn't bad. I'm going to do a typing test of this in just a moment. But because of the buckling spring on the IBM Model M, if of course you know what I'm talking about, and if you're watching this video, you likely do, I'm used to a much heavier key feel than you would get on, just a laptop keyboard or anything like that. I find these abysmal to type on, and that's why an external keyboard is an absolute must. So let me get the screen cleared here, and I'm going to do a typing test with this, and we'll see how it ends up working out. Alright, so we're all set up here. I'm going to start with the lightest touch and see how that goes. So function 2, 1, we'll set it to that. We'll just give it a quick, yep, definitely all set. Okay, not bad. Not bad. We'll take that out. And now I'm going to go to the highest level. Yep, that definitely feels a lot more natural to me. And I guess with that, we'll try it at level 5 and see how that is. Obviously, there's no difference in what you feel on the keyboard. So for me, the activation level, or actuation level I should say, really doesn't make that much of a difference, but I find it on the shortest one, you might double hit keys. It all depends on your typing style. Like I said, when I type, I bottom these keys out. I'm used to a very, very heavy typing feel, so I'm going to hit these keys all the way till they stop, no matter what. So for me, the highest setting is probably going to be just fine under most circumstances, but probably I would find in time I'd back that off to level 8 or 7 or 6, maybe even 5, depending. It would take, maybe a week's worth of using it to get that dialed in, at least for me. So all around, a really nice keyboard. It's got an excellent key feel all around. Even without it having the buckling springs, it still has that, key sound. Even if I hit it hard like that, you can really hear. But it definitely has that key sound as such, which is nice because that is my signal to me that I've made the key. So it really doesn't, it really depends on you as far as what level of actuation that you want for the keys, but it's nice that it is customizable. And the RGB I showed you before, there's a million and one different things that you can do as far as RGB using the program as well, the driver for it. You can set up individual things, set macros, you can turn your caps lock, light function on and off. It's pretty solid. It weighs quite a bit, especially for a 75% keyboard like this. The volume wheel is always a nice touch, depending on what kind of speakers you have. Maybe the volume is like down, and you gotta contort your arm and you can barely reach it. It's nice to be able to control it right there. So that's just a nice touch, right like that. Excellent for gaming, or anything else, and especially for areas where you just don't have the space, and a smaller form factor keyboard is definitely a better fit in that regard. All around, I really like it. I think the build quality is excellent of it, and nice cable, nicely pointed everywhere, works great. Fantastic RGB lighting. This is pretty good all around. I really must say I'm pretty impressed with the attention to detail, not only in the packaging, but also there's rubber feet on it like that. So, and on the flip out feet over here, there's little rubber pads on that, or it just works with the ones on there. They really don't slip, nice and grippy. All around, great. Definitely really nice. Nicely built, works well, fantastic all around. I definitely like it, and I could definitely see myself using this on a day-to-day basis if I set this up on my main machine. So this, once again, was the DrunkDeer 75% mechanical keyboard. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.